Y'all are here early, man. Look at that shit. All right, y'all hang tight, all right? Let me get my peeps up and chill. The Crow one. Fire it up. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be packing some pipes on this one. Packing the pipes. Slap at the bass, man. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. DS. What is cracking? We weren't supposed to go live until 9:30, but I figured why the F not? Okay, let me get this link out to my peeps. How's everybody doing? Shall not. This better be good. Oh, it's going to be good. Anytime we all get together, it's got to be good. All right. I think I'm going to stop putting guns on my wall, because then people could just figure out, all the airsoft in my collection, and I take airsoft very seriously, okay? And airsoft privacy is my right, especially in Minecraft. Hey, dirty and comfy. I mean, it's a crink, right? It's a crink in 5.56. I love traditional. I literally, like 2 weeks ago, I had the triangle stock on it and a bulgy grip, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for comfort on this one. So I switched it back to the factory Arsenal folding stock and the Hogue grip, because why not, right? Dumping 30 rounds of 5.56 one-handed with the stock folded. Why not? Hey, and I talked to my airsoft, and that squishy girl, my airsoft said, you know what, Dark, I prefer Wolf and Tula. And I said, okay, all right, it's up to you. And I got a little SIG SBR that said the same. So I said, okay, if that's what you guys want, I'll give it to you, and I'll reserve my brass for the 10.3, 10.5, Oh. What up, brother?
What up, man?
How's it going?
Oh, stomach's upset.
Oh, is there any way that I can make it happier?
Rub my belly.
That's a hard no.
No.
Cigs are straight sex. I got the old school. My bad. Like, I'm answering a comment. I got the old school Sig 5.56, the 10-inch SBR. Before they came into the AR game with the 5.16s, the old. Oh. What up?
What up, playa?
What's up, brother?
Playing a song from It's a Beautiful Day, Whitebird, 1969.
Beautiful.
I figured it's fitting, since on my first with you guys, we got the White Bird. Kicking it with you guys.
Hell yeah.
I'll turn it down.
Hey, you know, if we grab music that's, he said, is that Dugan's new album. If we get music that's 75 years old or greater, we don't have to worry about copyright either, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so we promised some pipe packing. So what you packing in your pipe tonight?
Tonight I am smoking half and half.
Half and half.
And I got it aged. I usually put it in an air fryer. If it's got too much topping, it's too strong, I'll put it in my air fryer and let it cook and dry off the topping so that way it's smoother.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is some alien piss.
Dude, I'll send you a pipe and some pipe tobacco, man. I'm telling you, you'll like it better than smoking vape, and everybody lets you smoke around in the house with it. It's awesome.
Dude, I'm down. Growing up, my dad smoked a pipe like my whole life, and he just quit probably 5 years ago.
Quit smoking a pipe?
Yeah, man.
That's a bummer.
I know, he gave in. But you know what, though? That smell, like the aromatic, like there's nothing like that smell, man.
There's so many good pipe tobaccos out there now, dude, to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's smoother than a cigarette, man. If you're trying to quit smoking, dude, it you don't hack like you do. I don't hack anymore since I smoke a pipe.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much cleaner.
I might need to get into that then.
Dude, and the thing is people let you smoke in the house because it smells good.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're done, just let it sit, and you can smoke it again, and you go through less tobacco. You don't spend as much money.
I used to smoke these cans. It was gold bottom with a white top, and I think it had like a boat on it or something like that.
I got a buddy who could probably figure out what that is. He's a big connoisseur in pipe tobacco.
Yeah. So Jonathan Pacone on the Dark Light Dugan stream. Dugan isn't going to be able to join us this evening. I know we shared this a little bit, but he's taking a step back so he can focus on homesteading and setting his property up. But yeah, man. So maybe everyone here, though they likely know a little bit about you, tell us a little elevator pitch about who you are and what's important to know about you.
Well, I started YouTube around 2014 and got into the whole firearms world with firearms instructors and competitions and things like that. And then I came to a point where I was tired of just riding the bandwagon when there's a lot of more important stuff that's going on in the world. And pretty much my whole thing is to call out order followers, that they're the crux of the problem of this world, and they always have been. And I know from experience, because I used to be one myself, and that without order followers, politicians have no teeth.
Yeah.
So, my premise is to get to the order followers, get to the police and the military, because if we don't get to them, then nothing's going to change.
I agree with you on that. I noticed something I saw on the news today. Apparently, France is saying woke culture is destroying society, and they need to take a stance against it. I'm like, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, look what all they're doing with no guns, and we have guns, and we do nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, really, what are they going to accomplish? Because all they need to do is just get steamrolled, and that's it. They have no weapons to fight back at all.
Yeah. It's just, I remember seeing footage of Venezuela during a huge, it was just major contact. And, when you're talking contact in Venezuela, you're talking like rocks, sticks, bats, crazy stuff. And the guy from the helicopter said, man, if these civilians just only had firearms, this is CNN, right? If they only had firearms, they would be able to take, I'm like, yo, y'all are the ones that are advocating to destroy the Second Amendment, like every chance you have. And here you are giving the exact reason why people in that type of situation need firearms. It was hilarious.
Because it's not just the Second Amendment when you have sorrow or empathy for a country you wish were armed to rebel. It's because it's a natural right to arm yourself. Everyone here can leave their den with their fangs. Everyone has that right. It doesn't matter about what some constitution says. It's a natural right. It's universal, and that's why you feel that way for a nation.
Man, it's so funny you say that because my child is 4, just turned 4, and I was explaining because I'm teaching her rules of like, don't touch the pow pow, right? And if you see a pow pow, what do you do and that kind of thing. And she was just like, "Why do you carry one?" And I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Well, think how like God gave, you know, a shark teeth. The Creator gave bear fangs, teeth, and claws." And I was going through like all these animals and explaining it to her, and I don't think that point is discussed much. That like we do, and we'll call it the firearms community, speaking generally, but we've all had that conversation on the stream that it's just people with tools. It's no one discusses that it is your right, like given to you at birth. Everyone reverts back to the man-made Constitution.
Did you explain to her after, telling her about all the animals that God gave, their ability to defend themselves with, or eat, or hunt, and then say, "And Samuel Colt made all men equal"?
Actually, funny enough, I kind of took her on a different turn. That would have been great, though. I actually pulled. Hold on, I fucking live stream. I wanted to show my 18.
Hey, Dark, I got a tip for you that I remember as a kid that kept me from touching my dad's guns in his gun safe.
What's that?
He would always read us stories of kids playing with guns and getting hurt or killed, or people in general that are not being competent and safe around a firearm. He would tell me that. I remember the day, what's his face? Brandon Lee was killed.
Oh yeah,
me and my brother were sitting on the lap, and he was reading the newspaper, and said Brandon Lee was killed and by a 44 mag. And I said, "How big of a bullet is that, Dad?" And he pointed out his pinky finger. He said, "About that much bullet." I was like, "Geez." So that's I know it sounds kind of rough, but it's a sense of reality. You know what I mean? And it's real. Maybe 4 is a little young for exposure to that, but that way hey, bad things have happened to other people. I don't want to be one of them.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I mean, that's like, at what age, do we bring in reality? While they're all like having these crazy. I mean, the type of shit that she says is like.
Then don't. You can. There can be training accidents or mishaps with something that's not as violent for a 4-year-old. It could be a BB gun and someone got, or an airsoft gun and it chipped a tooth. Start off gradual and say, look, these are projectiles or these are guns. And look, they cause boo-boos, so that way when she gets older, you can go with more serious stuff. Like, hey, people get hurt.
Yeah.
I let my kids run around with a blowgun, and I try to explain to them, stop aiming at the head. And what do? They aim for the head, and everybody's getting dinked right there. So I normally hear a thwop, bah, ah!
What kind of darts are they shooting out of it?
Just little plastic ones, and then I have my my professional blowgun, which they don't have the lung capacity to be able to use, but I make my own darts for that. But giving them that little flea market blowgun to run around with, they have an absolute blast.
Tell them about the casings. What you did with
Oh, so apparently this blowgun, 9mm casings, almost fit it perfectly, but if you flare it out just a hair, now it frickin' sits in there beautifully, and now you can launch them like super hard. My brother was in town, and I got him in the back of the head. He was like, "What the hell is that?"
You should Dremel them down and make them a more aerodynamic so they're not flat-faced.
Oh, they fly pretty straight, believe it or not, but
really?
I want to knock out the primer and just put like a penny nail in there just to see what I can do with that. Keep that away from the kids, though. Someone is going to get hurt.
You said Detective John Kimball said he saw 2 videos today of kids. What kids involved with shooting? John Kimball, or I'm confused. So, Pecan, what do you think the most important things to discuss today? Like, what one thing I want to hit on is like your current status with YouTube. That's why I thought it was important for us to do do this on YouTube as opposed to the podcast. So what happened?
In a world of lies, truth is treason, to sum it up. But there's a network going right now to try to squash people who are going against the grain or questioning the narrative or what have you. But there is definitely a social media blackout to certain people, or maybe it was just a matter of time for me. But I've been banned from uploading anything or going live until May, and on my YouTube account. So I started up a second one. But I think the thing they said they got me for was making fun of Q, or being I'm not really making fun of them, but I questioned their narrative with the whole Q thing, and I labeled it Q-tard, and they got me for cyberbullying.
Wait, so if you're part of or you pass around QAnon information or rhetoric, they'll ban you, and they banned you for basically bullying and hate speech.
All I said was that I don't know why people are buying into this Q thing. It's all fantasy, and there's no material evidence. This is just high fantasy. You guys need to quit buying into this, and that's pretty much what got me pulled from that.
Damn.
So,
That's
it's whatever, dude. It's just YouTube, man. You know, and the thing was, the day or two before that, I was doing a live stream, and I had an airsoft gun with me, and I think that's what it was. They pulled me for the cyberbullying thing instead, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
they're always going to find a reason. You know, if you're out exposed, like a lot of times, some of the things that we discuss on our streams, man, I'm surprised. I can tell that we're being throttled by, like, we'll lose 50 to 100 subs like that, and then
you'll never peak over. I noticed that I could never get over 4,000 subs. It always would just teeter. It never. And then there's people that post comments, they never see it, you know. And then somehow big YouTubers like James Reeves knew who I was, so clearly my message is getting out there. But yet I only have under 4,000 subscribers. So clearly there's something that's going on.
It's funny. He said on stream that you were the first person to ever send him something to his P.O. box.
I think I was. I think he opened up a P.O. box thing, and I sent him some magazines that fell off a truck in 2005 and Bandolier and stuff. I sent that to him, and for his filming his videos, so he's got spare mags on. I don't know how it worked with him behind the camera, but yeah, I sent him some K Industry ones too. So, but then I realized he can go buy himself one, buy another couch. So it's whatever, though.
Yeah. Well, how did you and Dugan end up connecting?
I think he was uploading something on YouTube or Twitch or Discord or something, and
Live or Twitter.
Yeah, it was something like that. And we started communicating, and then we just exchanged numbers and started talking from there. You know.
Yeah.
So.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that is a remarkably intelligent. Like, he's just full of crazy knowledge, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was a part. He's a part of our generation, man. You know, he had a chance to be a part of the system, be a part of the gun industry, and he chose the righteous path.
Yeah,
you know, and I mean, I wasn't ever that big. I had a chance, but my conscience, I couldn't bear the Constitution to portray to be something fake with the world going to shit. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to try to tell you something right now. There's more important things going on. Same thing with Dugan. There's a whole lot of his thing is self-sufficiency. Everybody wonders what's the answer is. And the answer is be more self-sufficient. Get your own water, grow your own food, and have your own fire burning. I mean, that's the basics, right? Like, he even got me into this. Like, I've been cutting my lights down and just using a little kerosene lamp.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, they're awesome. You don't need much. Just cut down your electricity, use these kerosene lamps. It's a start, right? It's something other than the electric system. So
that's exactly what we talked about, man. Little, tiny, incremental changes at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'm starting to research the kerosene heaters that were made in Japan. You can't even find them here anymore, and they're going up for more money than how much they were worth back in the 80s and 90s when you could get them. And it's just whatever way they can to keep people from saving a shekel nowadays. It seems like they're taking away, even with the you guys heard the thing of the wood burning stoves? It's got some weird EPA thing now, or you got to, it's like hard to get just cast iron wood stoves like you used to. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yep, I do know what you're talking about. I was looking into that. You can, if you order from Canadian companies, you have a better chance of finding a better quantity and stuff. But here stateside, they're saying for carbon emissions and stuff like that, wood burning stoves, they want to reduce the footprint with taking them off the market or regulating them even more, something around those lines.
I mean, how much of these people think they're God, where they can charge people for water, restrict people from just burning wood in their house? I mean, at what point,
When Dugan was talking about the water systems, how it's inefficient, how we can basically be independent, as best we can. And he's talking about them adding the different chemicals to be able to purge it out. I've been noticing, because I drink, my ice water out of my canteen, and as every time I open up my canteen, I'm like, man, it smells like somebody poured chlorine in here, like I'm drinking pool water. And I've been noticing that more and more every single day, and it just seems like it's getting stronger and stronger.
Oh, dude, I drink a creek or a natural spring behind my house. That's all I cook with when I eat noodles or make coffee. I only shower or brush my teeth with city water, and that's it.
Yeah,
and that's made a big difference too, man. That stuff would kill you. That's all it. All it is slow kill. All those chemicals in that water is slow kill, so we all get some type of disease.
Bro, anytime the government says, hey, we're doing this for free for your health, that's a huge red flag, right? Like, we're doing this for your teeth, right? We're putting fluoride in the water for your teeth. No, we just don't know where to put all this aluminum runoff and don't want to pay, all the money to have it disposed of properly. So we're dumping that in your water. Something else came up recently. The same kind of shit. Like even one of the so I'm getting distracted by the comments. Even recently, when the ATF bill was about to pass about the braces, they were like, we'll cover the cost of your tax stamps at no charge, and we'll expedite them. It's like, okay, so you want a registry. There's always some type of ulterior motive that they disguise as being in your favor.
All those ATF things is that it's to boost more gun purchases because somebody is making a kickback. Some big boy upstairs is making money from all these panic buying. And all that ATF thing is to stir the pot and cause more sales.
I believe that.
What's up, Doug? Super important message, TM Archive. I saw your comments in there, man. Van's holding up. Hold on. I saw another comment in here. Joe said if they could charge us for oxygen, they would. Believe it or not, California actually wanted to charge for CO2 emissions from you and charge that on your, state tax or something along those lines. I don't think it ever passed, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do end up passing something like that.
You know why they're doing all these outlandish, asinine, crazy things is because they're not facing any consequence or pushback from the people. That's why.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Do as I say, not as I do. And, they keep on showing us this with their actions, their rhetoric, and everything else like that. I mean, it's embarrassing that people haven't stood up and stood their ground against these politicians. I mean, the only thing we have the ability to do besides our own independence is vote these people out. But, this media polarity and everything is just kind of keeping people, in a game of Pong, being bounced back and forth, and they don't know what side to side with, but they know they don't want to side with the side that are, patriots or terrorists or Nazis. If you're a Democrat, you're perfectly fine until they find something to oust you. But if you're a Republican, you might as well be in an internment camp or re-education camp, as they like to put it.
At this point now, it doesn't matter what political faction or person is. Everybody here is pretty much disenfranchised with rich elite politicians and celebrities who support the narrative. Yeah. Everybody, there's a big disconnect between them and the average people. And I think that's a good thing, and let's hope it goes from there. The only thing that might be bringing us together is more firearm ownership, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So we at this point, there's no people say, oh, there's extreme leftists and stuff. Maybe there's isolated incidents or groups of people in liberal states, man. But out in rural America, dude, it's a different world. For what we see as the norm, it's not like that for most of America. You know, so this whole liberal boogeyman is going to get a free pass from, you know, doing something fraudulent to you. I think is just more hysteria.
Yep. There's no regulators regulating the regulators. It's just going to hell in a handbasket. And even if you were to try to vote these people out and vote, you know, better people in their place, the system has such a hold on people in society that I don't see us being able to break free from these indentured servitude chains that they have us in. It's just going to come down to the point.
With how much force and violence government has done to the American people, it's going to have to be equal or more for us to get any type of pushback to have any resemblance of normalcy like we used to have. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. I do see
it's a shame.
Yeah. I do see, though, how, like, essentially, like, the, you know, total polarizing of our country, but specifically over the last, you know, 12 months, anyone right of center, anyone that is, and we know that the whole right and left shit is a sham, right? Like, we know that it's a joke that's made to bifurcate our country, but the Patriot is the one that's being targeted now. The Patriot, you know, the military age male firearm owner, you know, one that's most likely to rebel, that kind of thing. Like, they're the ones being targeted. They're the ones being put on white papers and, you know, discussed, like, before patrols. Like, it's, I even saw on your channel, Picone, Bill Gates briefed this, and I put it on the thing here, what you got in them jeans, but I spelled it Genes. Bill Gates briefed the CIA on the particular genes of radicals or religious fanatics or something like that.
Or just people who have a rebellious nature.
Wow.
And there was a little bit of fervor amongst the comment section saying that's not Bill Gates, that's this guy or that guy. And I'm like, guys, he's having a CIA briefing about how to freaking just declaw your rebellious gene. Quit focusing on who's who. And just realize that there's people a long time ago that's been discussing doing that stuff, and look how soft society's getting now.
Yep. Well, somebody just commented that it was a fake video. Whether it is or it isn't Bill Gates, like you said, like, that's not important. What's important is that it was a conversation, right? Just like all these other.
How was it? Was the person that posted it fake? Did he come to some conclusions and make a video about it, or is he just posting comments about hearsay? Because you can find any other avenue to the same thing of the epi-eugenics that they're doing on us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. They just posted fake video, and honestly,
that doesn't help. That doesn't help a cause. You just point and sputter and go, yeah, fake. You know, I mean, what does that really do to help us?
Someone said that was Kermit the Frog. The reality is that, like, whoever I don't care who it was, the conversation was happening. There was a briefing about how to, like you said, declaw and everything that's happened is going in this direction of.
Out of all timing, how come that came to our viewing? You know what I'm saying? Out of all times. Look what's happening now. The shot and then that years ago. It's like, it's almost as if the elite can't hide it. They have to show it in your face what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, the examples are specifically over the last year. I think we've been paying a lot closer attention. At least I have, like, that specific focus of, you know, how to, gain compliance from the masses. that's clearly been the focus, and I don't see this going in a positive direction.
No, because you had the Daddy Trump and freaking the left. Everybody just bought in. I mean, I honestly think the people following the Trump bandwagon were almost worse than the liberals, because at least the liberals were on their feet doing shit, you know.
Hey,
huh?
I was gonna say that's a good point. Common courtesy mentioned the Time magazine article where they lay out exactly what they did, a secret cabal of people to fortify the election and make sure that it was going to be taken in a democratic way, with tech giants and captains of industry, politicians, the media, everything under the sun. But they just wanted to really let everybody know that a shadow cabal of people was there to be able to help make sure the election was the most secure ever.
You ever seen people juke in football?
Yep.
That's all these moves are, is just another icing on the cake or another cherry on top, a juke to see what we do.
It's to be able to keep on getting people to argue and say, look, I was right. I told you. They stole it, or they did this or that.
Well, clearly our votes don't matter, so we all need to quit playing the silly-ass game, all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
None of them are good enough. None of them.
They literally use the word cabal, too. Like, that's the shit I can't get over.
Trump was just a goy for Israel anyways, man. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He was a yes man for them.
Yeah, I think it's just further separation of the country, you know.
Yeah, well, the country is us. The country is us being more self-sufficient. You know, that's the country, not this stupid Disney game that everybody keeps on going to every year, you know, or every 4 years for election and stuff. How about we need to mostly just disconnect from that system and interact more with our local people around us?
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Build the community around you.
You know, Dark, I just had an epiphany, and I think a big accomplishment I could tell people for self-sufficiency, if you can do anything as a goal, get something that's wood burning in your house. You can sanitize water, you can make a bath, you can cook on it, and you know, so I would say if anybody was wondering what's the first steps to self-sufficiency, I say get something that's just small and can burn wood.
Oh yeah. Even for medical, you know, you get boiling water, you need to sanitize. Obviously.
Yeah, but we can't talk. That's the thing, is you got to do something. That's the thing, is a lot of people here, you know, it's all chatter until they actually do it. You got to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And we all procrastinate, right? Or we all spend our money on something we probably shouldn't have. Look how many people bought a firearm with these stimulus checks when people could have paid off a couple months of their car note or saved it. You know, everybody went out and hurried. It seemed odd that I wonder how many government officials knew that they was going right back into buying a gun. You know, surely they had to see some stats on that.
Yeah. Or, you know, gotten off fucking, you know, water, like, you know, gotten self-sufficient with their water. Or,
well, right now, any big gun tuber, if you're trying to sell a firearm right now, all you're doing is selling paperweights to Americans, okay? Till we're getting bullets back, you guys need to start talking about the dysfunction going on in this nation right now.
Bro, I haven't wasted a round at the shooting range in the last 9 months. Like,
it's pitiful.
Yeah. I literally did an ammo inventory, and I have like sheets of like because like it's just unavailable or it's outpriced. And the problem, just like you said, you know, the only way law has teeth is with compliance, right? Like we know that. You know,
no, is with order followers who comply to their orders.
Yeah, true, and I see it from two layers, right? Like the order followers, the you know, people that are, you know, what do you call it? Like police, military enforcing it, and then also the civilians that are complying. If there were no compliance, like on a massive scale, then there wouldn't be a law. It's like prohibition, right? They had to turn around that, they couldn't do it anymore. It's the same thing with ammunition. I'm telling people, stop paying these prices. Stop paying $1,200.
Give it a pause and let it build back up. So you know what I'm saying? It's just,
yeah.
I know what you mean. But there are results. There is progress, man. When it comes to police military noncompliance, there were soldiers that turned an about face. When that Biden's convoy went down.
I noticed that.
Yeah, all the cops in most of rural America, they ain't enforcing no mask laws. Go in the store, give what you need to. They got more important stuff to worry about.
Yeah.
It's not like that unless you go to bigger city areas. But where I live, I don't see it. It's bizarre. But then I go to Philly, and it's a totally different world, man. So.
I think this has probably been mentioned like literally 100 times. People want us to discuss the snow shooting, the snow shovel shooting. Are you familiar with that video?
Yeah, someone posted me that on Instagram today, and I replied back to, "Don't ever send me something like that again. I've seen my fair share, and you need to start seeing something of people helping each other."
Yeah.
And I don't know why everybody's getting so disgruntled, because police pretty much do the same damn thing and get a pass and get paid at the end of the day too. And no one turns an eye, but we see people doing this amongst each other and nothing.
Yeah. I'd like to see better news on TV.
I watched that, dude, and it pissed me off because I had a really good day today. My dog got hurt and she's been doing better. I got some freaking canned fish cock from Bruce Delica, and I was heating it up, and I got the message, and I watched it, and it ruined my first experience with, having a good day and finishing off with a ration that I might be trying out in the field and stuff. Yeah. And it's not healthy for the mind for these kids to be seeing this, because it's a totally different world when you see it in person. And the fact that people are just pushing around, like, those are people's family and shit, Even that guy that shot all those people, his family's ruined. They're gone. They're you know what I'm saying? Everybody fucking lost in that. And all that could have been prevented if people didn't have ego problems and just have more verbal judo and just let it go. All that could have been prevented if you just fucking let it go. Who cares? It's just words. Don't let them control you. Who cares?
That's one thing I've tried to explain to a whole bunch of people. That should be your last resort, and there's no point in getting into conflict if you overall have no reason to be in a conflict. Why do you think wild animals are more likely to run away than fight something, that's bigger than them or the same size? Because one little cut or scratch they can end up dying from.
Well, prove the point. Keep your damn gun on you, because somebody might be a loose cannon.
Yep.
Dude.
Right?
Always, even literally in my motherfucking sweatpants, 31 rounds. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. But I don't know, dude. I watched the video, and obviously, like, we just had snow here in Virginia, and when I went out, I shoveled my walkway, the sidewalk, shoveled out the cars, and I went and I did my neighbors. Right? Like that's what we're supposed to do. Not come out and yell, argue, physically assault, or murder.
I just don't see how neighbors can talk to each other like that. I just don't get it. It don't happen out here like that. No one talks to somebody like that out here.
I have a problem believing that it's real. Now, I'm not saying.
I wondered. It's pretty damn. It's so to the bone and graphic that it makes you wonder if it's to shock you.
Well, so thinking about that, I spent a little more time like, okay, let's look at like who would benefit from this being inauthentic, right? And then look at it through a different lens and say, okay, this guy comes out. I mean, they're just talking trash, and he uses a semi-automatic handgun. Then he comes back with the black rifle. Like it has taken the two most vilified firearms, that are current and in most, public, whatever, the most popular firearms, and just brutally, without I mean, it's disgusting the way.
What makes it any different than the mosque one in New Zealand?
You know, it does. It's just as disgusting.
Yeah, I seen that, and I just I watched it from beginning to end. But after I was done watching, I was like, I would have rather just wasted my time doing something else and seeing something like that in this planet. I was like, send me stuff of people, neighbors working together, making a garden or something.
Yep.
That's what I want to see. Everybody's been having these beautiful snowy days and enjoying the weather and these nice days we've been having, and then to just totally invert it and piss on you by fucking posting that with somebody getting slaughtered on the snow, shoveling, arguing with their neighbors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it may be a shock video that may not be real, and there may be a reason behind it. And with all this impending gun control, and I don't know. Like, I'm literally just like,
well, hell, look at the Fortnite video games. What were all those? Team up with a couple dudes, bust in houses, steal shit, and fucking shoot everybody in sight. Just a couple of your buddies, and that's it.
is that what that shit is?
Yeah, I mean, is that not the premise of those games?
Shit, I don't even know.
What do they call it? There's a gameplay style now that's real popular, and I forget what the hell it's
First-person
called.
shooter.
No, that's the format of how you view and display. It's like it's not team deathmatch. It's not domination. It's like a group. Everybody against themselves. I forget what it's called. Battle Royale. And what do those video games have in all Battle Royales? You bust into houses, you search for ammo and bullets, you fortify or whatever, and you have a certain time zone you got to stick around or you got to move, and you and your friends fight all these random people without stopping and saying, hey, why are you traveling through this area? You know, and all these kids are starting off from however young they were to now, and that's all they know. Bust in a house, team up with just a couple people, and shoot it out with everybody. It's horrible.
Desensitization of the masses.
Yeah, well, the fact that people are sharing that video and sending it to people, it's disturbing, man. You know, if it is real, you know, have some respect for those people. That's I don't know. It's just a little off to me.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
No, it's terrible. Like, seeing it, like, if that is, and I'm saying it because I don't know, obviously, right? If that is genuinely an authentic video, that's fucking terrible. That is humanity at its absolute worst over the most petty shit.
Funny how we get more disgusted with our own behavior, how we carry ourselves, than we do with these order followers, because it's just considered typical and expected.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
that should make us just as repulsed as we are right now with that situation, if it's real. The same way with the military and police and how they're doing the same thing to other people.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first time our country, or when we were underneath Trump, where we weren't really going out there and starting new conflicts. You know, he got lied to in the beginning. That's the only reason why some of those things happened. But I'm just waiting for this presidency to start sending us into another country, our freaking, our war fighting, brothers and sisters.
Oh, well, I best believe if there's going to be another big campaign, they're going to start the draft. Might as well get anybody who's willing to at least face bullets and steer their freaking will to be for something righteous, and instead go for their narrative and get them all killed off.
That's exactly what I mean. We've said that so many times, that if we do end up going to war with China, if we do end up going, like, whatever direction we go, the draft will absolutely be implemented, and the purpose of it will be to kill off military-age males that would rebel.
Mm-hmm. They do it every generation. Look at all Europe. That's why Europe is disarmed as much. They had everybody killed off. Everybody, and it's not just them. Our generations too. You know, it's a big mass sacrifice over that soil. We all bled out. But don't worry, we all avoided Switzerland, right? They still get a pass. They're the most badass in the world. Didn't you know?
Yeah,
they're the toughest one. They would do the scorched earth policy. They're the best boxer in the ring, and they've never stepped in the ring. All they've done is throw punches from the bleachers. And they're the best badass in the world, right?
All
Yeah.
the money swings through Switzerland.
They protect the Vatican.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, look at the head of the Bitcoin. What is it? Switzerland, right? Yeah, and look who seems to be the only gun manufacturer. Fuck all the small guys that can crank out guns for us goy right now. Is SIG Firearms.
There's a lot of that coming from SIG USA or
Well, SIG cut their factory in Germany, so now we had European people who at least got to handle guns and make them for us. They shut that down, so now they're out of work. We don't even get German guns anymore, you know. And it's just a bummer because I think that's cool that there's European people making a freaking gun. That was the whole soul and spirit of owning that firearm, man. You know, is to have a legacy. It's another lineage or legacy disconnected from us. Any of us who have German heritage, or just a region of people that is just cut off. You know, that's just another way to do it.
yeah.
And TFB TV posted a freaking article on their website that Ron Cohen got arrested in Germany for war crimes. SIG has been got in trouble for Fast and Furious for selling guns to the drug cartels in the South. And they were getting shipped through that distribution center in the United States. It was just a hub. It was an outpost. That's all it was. And we got blamed for it. Us American firearm owners who somehow, you know, we're some bad guy loophole people.
Yeah.
And SIG was doing that. And then we got blamed for it. Thanks, SIG. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn racket.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. The fact that you could go through and tell that story and it be 100% factual, like it would seem Fast and Furious would seem like something that was made up for a fucking movie, bro.
Dude, if you do research on this German court hearing, there was I want to say use a term like an advisor from SIG that had a court date and he ended up suicided.
Really?
That's the level of what SIG is willing to do to cover themselves up with war crimes. Because Germany is not playing with getting involved in German destruction, because you know both world wars they try to make sure they don't have that kind of image anymore, right? I would assume that Germany, their country at least, is really pressing on that. And he's former IDF, by the way. So you got an Israeli working for a Swiss company. And H&K and SIG are both owned by L&H Holding Group. Okay, so they're both owned by the same conglomerate as H&K and SIG.
Really?
Yes.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, and then the SIG 3P20, I've already surmassed what that reason was. The reason why they were not, you drop them, they went off. Remember that first happened?
Mm-hmm.
All those were ones that failed inspection for the military when they were cranking them out, and they just sold them to Americans. And if they needed a repair job, they sent it back, and it was just a tax write-off to work on the freaking guns, because you know it kept the workers working, fix these guns. So they were selling us all the kickbacks from the pistol that the military had. That's all those were. Those were all mill ones that probably fucking were failed an inspection test, and they just sold it to us dumb Americans. You know, how do you go through a military test and somehow you get a gun gets distributed to Americans, and you literally can tab it in the bag with a hammer, and it passed the military test? How does that make any sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was done on purpose. That was negligence. You know
there's been a lot of negligence, like with the 365. Sorry, Light. I know you just got one. They've made changes to it, but I heard the 365 was literally blowing up from the factory. Like I don't recall exactly what it was. If it was like the rear plate would pop and the pins and striker would come out, like something would happen to where it would become compromised after like a few hundred rounds. And
it's because if it is true, it's because I would probably say the XLs wouldn't do that because the guide rod is bigger, so it's able to absorb a lot of that concussion with such a small gun. But really, at the end of the day, if you just get a Glock 43X or 48, you'll never have to worry about it. She'll just chug a lug all day.
Yeah. The 43X is my everyday.
Oh, well, when 9mm was a thing, the Glock 48 was my go-to. That was my baby, dude. I loved it.
Dude, the 48's nasty. I like that.
And if they made a 17 that thin, I'd carry that bitch too.
Oh, hell yeah.
If they made
out of all.
Dude. We'll probably get one in 5 years like they do with all the Apple shit. Still, hey, Glock, I'm still waiting for you guys to make something other than pistols.
Oh my God, a carbine or a rifle?
Well, hey, Glock perfection, but you can't use the word ingenuity, can you? That goes to Keltec.
Oh no, dude! Looking at, I can take shit out of a Gen 2 Glock from '91 and throw it in my Gen 3 P80 build, swapping parts around like nothing has changed at all. I'm like, okay, what am I going to carry? This one has finger grooves. Okay, this one doesn't. This one, like, Glock has been the same, and everyone's talked about this for 60 years. But I will say, the 43X and the 48 changed the game, but it wasn't Glock that changed the game. It was Shield Arms with the 15-round mags that changed the game.
Yeah.
Now, just like you said, you give me a 19 or a 17 that is 2/3 of the thickness with the steel. Like, remove the plastic and just have the steel mags, bro, and you probably get 21 rounds in there.
If you're going to carry a sidearm with all your kit, carrying a credit card compared to a wallet's a big difference, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why not carry a gun that's lighter and it has the same recoil impulse? It's a no-brainer. I actually think thinner guns or full frame thin guns is going to be something that will be in the future, hopefully, if there's freaking bullets left. But
yeah,
the 48, I actually like just the standard 10-round magazines that it comes with.
Yeah,
pistol light, and I keep one on tap, which makes it 11. So sometimes I walk out the door rocking 11 rounds, which is a good number for me.
Yeah,
and the Glock mags work; they're reliable. Yeah.
I do keep a couple in my. All my friends make fun of me. But I rock a dad sack.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive.
You need to get a clutch belt, dude. That's what I carry.
Well, what's the clutch belt?
You've never seen a clutch belt?
No, just to save myself. I rock it crossbody like that.
You need to get a clutch belt for your wife. If you got women and they're worried about carrying and you want them to be able to cheat and like keep their belly a little tight, these are the way to go.
I've got women. I'm just kidding.
No, I've seen those.
Is it like a belly band?
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to get in the camera. And then I got the blue force gear bag thing in there, the double bag, stretchy, and it's just got Velcro because these all have Velcro inside where you can attach stuff. So you can get Velcro adhesive at the store, and then you got your belt, and then you got a cinch in the back.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
But what I do is I wrap it up front like this and tie it, and then like this. I'll show you. Tie a knot right here, and then open the belt. It's like a cummerbund for body armor.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looks exactly like the cummerbund.
All right, and then what I like to string forward because it puts pressure against my pistol, so it's not flopping around. That's why I've told Unity Tactical you need to make an internal belt system so when you close this up, you can click it and it compresses against your body, so that way, because a little J-frame is different than a double stack Glock 19. It's gonna, even if you have a Kydex holster in it, you can only tighten it down so hard on the back. You need frontward compression to keep it compressed against your bodies, like belts do. You know what I mean? So, anyways, you got slots. You can put mags in there if you wanted to. First aid kit. Some of them open up from the bottom, and what's cool about it is if you got to use the restroom, you don't have to undo your gun. You just two or one. You want to sit in a car and drive. You want to access it quicker. You want to prone out. The draw time's a little slower on it than Appendix. But I've been carrying this way more than anything else. I don't know if I can. You guys not want to show it on stream just to play it safe?
Fuck it. I mean, if you want to put it in and then come back on.
Yeah, okay. This is where we're at in America now, right?
I know, right?
Go friggin' go hide the blaster real quick.
God, isn't that crazy? Like, nice.
Yeah.
Is that
So
a
what that
OD
is,
Green 17?
what's that? No, it's a Glock 44. It's the 22 caliber.
Oh, okay.
Carry them boomerang rounds.
Nice. Nice.
60 grain subsonic snipers, man. You hold
It's
like
the
a
only-
motherfucker.
Glock is the only 22 pistol that can run them reliably.
Oh, it runs it well?
It's the only one, and it's weird because the recoil spring on the 44 is just the same size as the 19, but for some reason, because it's obviously short brass, low compression to freaking cycle a semi-auto reliably.
Yeah.
The Glock is the only one that can do it, and I think it's because the barrel is sealed somehow. It's got a better seal on the barrel. It's a better quality barrel.
Mm.
And I think it's weird. It can cycle a slide that pulls just like a 9mm, but it's a 22. I don't know what they did to make it work, but they did. It's bizarre.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
those are
so-
some pretty badass rounds, too. I like those. Those are the
And
Aggie ones.
here's the other thing: you can attach a rig to it, so it's got a molly and stuff on the back, like this rubber material that's really nice against your body.
Nice.
So in the summertime, if you want to wear this comfortably, just wear like a wife beater or just a loose t-shirt and something over it, or a button up.
Mm-hmm.
And what's cool is because you can roll it up and stow it and have your first aid and everything on it. When you got to go out the door, just attach it to yourself. And if you know how ladies don't want to carry because they don't want to mess up their attire. Usually
Yeah.
that's the main thing, how
The
can you-
waistline.
Yeah, and if people are worried about guts, these things are good because this compression pushes force against your belly, so you can carry a gun up here instead of down here. You know what I mean? If you're overweight, these actually are helpful.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up,
Well,
man.
to give
I'm looking
To
at
give
those.
everybody a heads up, when we do run out of ammo, I will teach you how to convert your pistol or rifle into a slingshot, and I'll also teach you firearms accuracy by throwing them.
you ever seen one of these before?
Or is that just a like 3A
Somebody will say it in the comment section. What is that?
flak jacket?
Black jacket.
No, what's the military term? What was the nickname we called them?
Oh,
Shoot,
let's
in the
see.
Navy, we
Give
just
it a
call them
second.
black jackets.
Well, I mean, yeah, technically they were flak jacket, but there was a nickname we used to call them. Somebody here in the military, there's got to be at least one person that'll call it.
Give it like 15 seconds.
Okay.
There's a little delay.
But you can find these online, and they'll stop at least a 44. And they're
Condom?
and you can get one a size bigger than you would normally wear, so you can cross fold and have a
Mhm.
double layer on your sides.
Yeah.
Okay, and why I like the belly band is because
It goes right below it.
just put it on.
Can't have a satchel charge without a satchel, just saying. That's a
You
good
can
comment.
keep your sidearms right here, a good high appendix, because sometimes having a high appendix nice because you get a full purchase. It sticks
Yeah.
up high, you get a full grab on it. You're not fighting through your pants, right? So, and then it still does the same thing. You can still move around. You can carry
Right.
grenade mags, and you just, throw your shirt over it, and you're good.
So I got one person that said condom.
Said what?
I got one person that said condom.
No, it's chicken vest.
Chicken.
No, there must be no.
No GWAT guys in here.
Yeah, G-Man. If G-Man was in the comment section, he'd have called it.
Yeah. So what? So flak jackets are level 3A.
What these are fragmentation, okay? But they're
Yeah.
rated for up to a 44 Magnum.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's equivalent to.
Yeah, and it's thin and lightweight. It's called a body armor fragmentation protective undergarment, combat vehicle crewmen's.
Nice.
I mean, in summertime, this is probably a whole lot more comfortable than some of the other stuff, and it's lightweight. That's probably the heaviest I'd go for something like that. But I just keep that around for some sometimes I feel like going out the door, but it actually helps in the winter to keep you warm. But you gotta be clammy on them sometimes.
I'll tell you what now that we're discussing gear, which I love discussing. I put together the most expensive expensive carrier that I could. I went to a gun show. This is before all craziness. This is probably a year or two after shit went crazy under Obama. So let's say 2013 or 14, and I was like, all right, I'm getting armor because this is just going crazy. And at the time, I worked for an 07, 02, and went to the gun show, and I found level 4 ceramic plates, and I talked the dude down to $100 for a pair of ceramic plates.
At that point, I don't blame you either.
Yeah, for $100, because usually I'd go with steel.
Well, you know what the good thing is about those plates is not so much for yourself, but you could sandwich that around your kid and put her in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get the biggest plates possible, a big-ass plate carrier you could drape over your kid, couldn't you?
Hell yeah. Well, and that's actually because I was looking for okay, let me get a secondary, and I went with soft armor, but I went on eBay and I bought a used level 3A soft armor concealable vest, and I just stripped the inserts out of that, and I put that inside the carrier, and then I bought the so it's full level 3A soft coverage behind it, and then 10 by 12 ceramic level 4 in front, and then I bought the rectangular they're basically 7 by 11 or no 5.5 by 11 rectangular level 3A cummerbund protection, but I double stacked them on the sides. So it's just full coverage, and all in, I'm under $300 for the carrier, the plates, the soft armor, and the side inserts.
Right.
And right now, if anyone is looking for armor and they cannot find it because armor is almost impossible to get, go on eBay and look up CATI armor, come and take it armor for $119. They're really good quality, and they'll be at your house in less than a week, shipped for $119. And they're the quad folded, so they're swimmer's cut. They're great armor.
Here, I'll show you another piece of kit I always train with. See it. Sorry, I got the kayak still inflated in the living room, man.
No, you're good, man.
Here, I got this today, and this came in the mail from Varustalika. It's a cloak. Yeah, have you guys ever heard of that website, Varustalika?
Mm-mm.
Guys from Finland?
No.
Got a cloak.
Is that Gore-Tex?
It's actually made out of some rubberized material and like a fleece. I got 2 of them, and this is how they originally look. They come with a white rubberized rear and more of an olive green, and I just dunked them in apple green Rit dye, so that way it's not real loud with white underneath. And since it's rubberized, to me it makes more sense to wear the fleece on the inside to keep you toasty and the rubber on the outside.
Nice.
Yeah, but what's cool about this, if you wanted to conceal, if you wanted to run out the door and just conceal something.
Long gun or AR pistol.
Here, it's pretty cool how it goes on. Look.
Is that what you were rocking in that pic you sent me?
In what?
In that picture you sent me?
What picture?
The one
Yeah, it probably was that. Yeah, was it one with the dogs too?
I think it was just the AR.
All right, so you got these dowels over here for your hands that you attach, and that goes around your wrist, so you can wear it like a cloak if you want. It blocks the wind and it's waterproof.
Nice.
And hold on, let me attach the other one, and I'll show you what I was considering this as a concealed carry if you just wanted to run out the door. Let me get these Dells.
And you can still run a fucking gun. with
Right. I can hide Shorty underneath this, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I can stop by the gas station and get some powdered donuts and a Dr. Pepper, dog. All right, so you got your hands here.
Yeah.
They kind of like a cloak, or you can pull them in like this. So you could literally have hand-on weapon at all times.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? And
Dude.
if you like to index forward, just go through the jacket.
I fuck with that. I like
Or
that
you
a
can-
lot.
You know what I'm saying? Keeps
Dude,
it low
that's
key.
funny.
And it's got a hood, so if you want to look like a Appalachian warlock,
Dude, tactical banditos.
the drape. So if you got body armor, you got full kit underneath it, and you got to run to the store, you just
Hell
drape
yeah.
it on, and then you put your hands through and use it to buy things or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can do one of these numbers.
The
Oh,
Jedi.
old monk. The
Hey,
old monk.
look, you ready?
Oh.
Hey, get that right. Pal. I need to see your papers, sir. Yes, my papers are right here.
Oh, shit. That
Well,
was
all right,
great.
I gotta tuck Shorty underneath it just so you guys can see.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Hey, can you post where you got that?
Varu Stalika,
Beat like Bravo?
like Victor.
Like Victor?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up and I'll post it in the. Can you all still hear me?
He said
Well,
you.
you know-
DS88 says you look like you're Mujahideen.
Mujahideen.
Yeah.
Bro, I could put my freaking ShamWow over my head and I look like hardcore Mujahideen, dog. No, this is Appalachian Warlock, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
I believe that's the correct link. That's a beautiful airsoft.
It is. It
I
shoots
love-
BBs pretty good. Here's a trick I learned
So that's
when I was messing with it today. So you got your 2-point.
nice. 6mm BBs all day.
You could even do the cradle if you wanted to.
Hey, if you didn't have the flaming pig on there, that thing would be completely underneath.
Well, I got my hand parts clipped. If I undo those, it opens up more.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but you know, you can still have one hand free.
Hell yeah. Yeah, just
Another thing is it keeps your gear from getting soggy. You're out in the woods all day, your gear gets wet, your body armor gets wet, you gotta take it off and put on wet gear in the morning. At least try to keep it dry.
well, that's the interesting thing about that is like that something as simple as that, and I imagine it wasn't very expensive, right?
What's that?
How much was that?
These are let me look real quick. I'll look up real quick, I'll show you. They're called here's the tag on this other one.
Someone said put the 40 Mike flare.
It's called a JAMA.
JAMA, nice. Bobby Babai said, "How does it conceal a bow?"
If it can conceal my 10.5, I'm pretty sure if it'll probably a bow, like a bow and arrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I got a bow right here. We can try that one out.
bro. That goes right in line with what we were talking about, like you know how everyone's always talking about like you know rocking their plate carriers and being in full kit and full battle rattle. Like no, it's you know concealing armor, concealing it. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to stand out. Now I can tuck my 10.5 and walk in the gas station and buy some powdered donuts and no one would know.
And a Dr. Pepper.
And a Dr. Pepper, yeah. Don't forget the Dr. Pepper, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know how he'd want to conceal this. You can't get to it quick.
Yeah, Lobby Vabai. I think that's how Lobby Vabai. That's how I say your name, right? Is that how you want to? Is that how you would conceal it, or drop a comment? This is commitment right here. He said, "We love Dr. Pepper."
Welcome, Conceal a Bow. How's that for you guys? Welcome, Conceal a Bow.
I'd say yes. Man, is there a way to make a foldable bow?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure they make
Yes.
them.
is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it's
I'm
a thing.
sure. I would
They have
probably say
takedown
if you're gonna
bows,
get any type of bow.
concealable.
Your best bet, in my opinion, for a good bow, man, would be I would get a legit crossbow because you can prone out with it, and you just want something that shoots those bolts, something small and compact. You can prone out and fucking throw a dart. That's what I think would be best.
Yeah. We got people saying Daryl from The Walking Dead. Oh, he does rock a JAMA like that.
Oh, well, here's the other thing you guys forgot too is that sometimes you just gotta fight for freedom with a freaking cape. God, this camera. Here we go.
Hell yeah.
You just fucking cape it out, dog.
I'm definitely gonna get one, and I'm gonna dye that shit red and have the Superman cape.
And then you kind of get one of these Templar looks going.
Hell yeah.
And then you just orders. I ain't heard of that. Fuck your orders.
And then you get one of these slave masks to go, to go with it, and you got full coverage except for the eyes,
Put on your coof mask.
The coof
What
mask.
up, Black Cat? Oh, the kayak seat came in the other day, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be doing since I'm not hitting firearms is kayaking, man.
Damn.
So
Hell yeah.
That's money.
yeah, I got the lining put down with the old GI tarp I had laying around, so that when water gets in, it don't slosh around and shit.
Nice.
And I got the rucksack strapped down. I went to Walmart and bought some motorcycle cargo straps.
Oh, hell
Got
yeah.
down my spare paddle. And yeah, so I'm ready to hit the water on this, dude. Ready.
Fuck yeah, man. That's dope, man. I've never been kayaking, man.
You never been kayaking before? I haven't either. This is going to be my first time. I've only practiced on a pond. All right,
Nice,
sit
man.
up. I'll take you outside. Here. Come on.
Yeah, man. Having anything that can, take you out on the water is important.
Oh yeah. I have a kayak myself. I've being here in Florida, you get to do a lot of water sports, freshwater, saltwater, stuff of that nature.
Well, it's a mode of travel, and it's free.
So
You don't need both.
Oh, yeah.
It gives people a mission, right? You can plot a map. You get a map from the courthouse of that pond or water region or river pond. Or that, you know what I'm saying? You get to plot maps. You get to learn to camp. It makes sense. Why not use that? Everybody's talking about where you're going to bug out. You can practice that. Just go on your raft, travel a little bit, camp out somewhere. You don't have to carry it all on your back. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's dope, man. Yeah, I would like to do something like that.
Yeah, well, if anybody's looking at hitting the water in the wintertime, you want to get a military surplus immersion suit. If you ever plan on being on the water when it's cold outside like it is now, you want to invest in an immersion suit, and you can get surplus ones. And what those does is it just pretty much keeps you from getting wet and preventing hypothermia.
Yeah.
Because it only takes so long if you go into water that's, in the 30s. You ain't got much longer, even if you get it back on the boat.
Yeah.
yep.
All right, so going back to gear, what's your Boogaloo loadout?
Oh, okay, I'll get it. Oh Lord.
Hey,
My
you
house
gotta,
is just
you gotta
riddled.
show it because I don't want us to get ripped down, but
All right.
we can discuss it. Cover it in aluminum foil. No, I'm playing.
full steel plate armor, head to toe.
I wear a Pattern 83 assault vest.
Okay.
That's what I wear. Got a Camelback on it.
Hell yeah.
Got my holster on the side. And you can pretty much last 3 days with this thing. But I just keep two mags in the chest pocket, my rifle, pistol with no spare. And then we'll go out in the woods in that. You got 2 spare mags right here on your chest, and you keep this freed up for snacks or whatever. You got all these accessory pouches, first aid kit. I think I got some snacks in that one. I had my wet weather pants I took out, poncho in this one. And I think this one I left empty for the pistol to press against because I tried it with magazines when I was running. It bounced and banged the mag back behind it. And I left this one empty. You can squeeze one mag in it, but I try to keep it empty. I kept just a knife in that one. Keep water packed with food in the bottom, and there's a tarp in there. And then your Camelback. Dude, it's super comfortable. I've ran in this. I do PT in this in the summer, man. It's awesome. It's made by Miltech in Germany. It's German made.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. There's the padding system. I have an original South African assault vest, an original one, and this is pretty damn close.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I rock because you can grab it. It's got mags, something to keep you dry, snacks, everything in it. And if you want to wear it over body armor, you just extend the belly band and just throw it over your body armor. And you got a lot of adjustment you can do. But I like being in the field, so I tie down all the straps and cordage so there's nothing dangling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my rig.
That's what's up, man. And so your go-to is the 10.5?
Oh yeah, she's with me more than anything else.
Yeah.
If I need to stretch my legs, I got a 20-inch upper I can swap it out with. No, 10.5 is good. You don't need to be drawing attention.
Yeah.
Shit.
Same
someone's 200 yards, 400 or 500 yards away, and they can't see you. Good.
Yeah.
That's a good observation distance to watch them.
Yeah. And what about a pistol? Was that a Glock holster?
Yeah, it's a. Oh, and on the rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was made by Clark Fork Leather, and it was a shoulder holster rig or a belly bit or a chest holster rig at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just mounted it with the 550 cord on it to my gear. And it's the thumb brake. I like these better for the woods than the Kydex one where you just grab it and go because I don't give a fuck who you are. You're going to lose that gun. You're going to lose it. If you don't have a thumb brake or retention, look at all the old World War II pistols that are surplus. The Japanese ones, the German ones, American ones. Look at the holsters they come in, right? Closed up, buttoned up. You ain't going to lose it.
Or even consider, like, I see so many people rocking Black Hawk Serpa holsters. And anyone rocking a Serpa holster has never had to, like, jump and roll on the ground while wearing one on a thigh rig. Because once that paddle smashes in there, or if you get a rock in there, you cannot get your gun out without a Dremel.
That's insane.
It's crazy, man. Like I swore by it because it's just so easy just to one little like click, you just drop it in there. You know, it's very like just natural to draw with your finger alongside the trigger guard as you normally would anyway. And Black Hawk is buy one get one free. Not to take away from it. I mean, like
they've made money off those damn things. I'll give them that.
Dude, people used to buy them for like $50 to $80, and then like I'm an eBay gunsmith, bro. eBay all day.
Oh, bro, that's where I've been shopping for all this water sports stuff. Is eBay, man.
Hell yeah,
good deals. Oh, here's what I keep in my pocket. You're talking about bug out or whatever. I'll show you what I keep in my pocket at all times.
Mm-hmm.
It's a.
Is that a motherfucking telescope?
Yeah, it's a Russian one.
Hell yeah. That's crazy.
It's a 10 power magnification with focus.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Russian periscopes.
You can get these. You can get these from Eastern Bloc country. What's that other country that's near Russia that people? What do they call it? Crimea. Crimea area. Yeah, they sell these off of eBay for Crimea for like $50, and the shipping's like $30.
Damn. What were you saying, Mike?
They're freaking ironclad, dude. It's built just like a Russian PU scope. It's got that same finish. Yeah. And I just keep it in my pocket. So I got binos.
Have you seen the Russian periscopes?
I know what a periscope's used for, but I'd have to look. I don't know if I can name it off the top of my head if I've seen those before, but I've seen military-grade periscopes.
Yeah, the Russian ones were the only ones that you could still find on the market. I want to say they were made 60s, 70s, 80s, something along those lines. Mm-hmm. But those things are absolutely phenomenal. And they're about the size of of your scope right there. But just being able to peer around corners or above something, to look on the other side.
Bro, just to be on your belly and be able to know you're not exposing your noggin to look at something is really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was, when I was doing my previous job, some of my inspections, I was like, man, I could either use a bore scope right now, or I could use a little periscope to look around this crap and see what's behind it.
Right. And that's the thing is that all these guys that have been investing in all this cool guy tactical shit, like it at the end of the day, man, what has it done for turnaround for sufficiency or I mean, did you really have to spend $200 for something to hold 3 magazines?
Oh, dude, people don't look at functionality. The moment that people started like the whole, Gucci Glock kind of thing, and I mean, I'm guilty. I got some Gucci Glocks, but I mean, I see Cliff like, sorry, but
Oh, you want to talk about Gucci? You know how bad America's are the interwebs is Gucci now? Who's that chick, Manka from there's Eastern Bloc guys that have a comedy skit and they got guns. What are they called?
Polar Tactical.
Polar Tactical. Remember they got that cute girl named Manka? Yeah. Yeah, Lucas Botkin gets more followers and views than she does. That's how Gucci we are now with this shit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Damn, Manka, you might as well just stop. Lucas Botkin's got more popularity. Sad. So much Eastern Bloc chicks with nice figures fucking around with guns. Does
it count as Gucci if you shoot open division for a living?
I don't know how people can afford doing competition shooting at all. I don't know how people can afford it.
Yeah, right? If they're sponsored, they're not.
They are. And honestly, man, how would you feel right now if you were sponsored and you were making videos shooting guns, knowing that all your brothers and sisters can't get ammo right now?
Yeah, I mean, I
would feel like shit personally. I mean,
I would too.
I'm looking at a lot of these gun tubers, and they're just going through rounds like nobody's business, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, we feel the crunch too." But meanwhile, you're steady rolling 100-round drums downrange, and I'm like, "Come on, dude, that's your third fucking drum."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, the fact that I wouldn't even want to do that if I had my own personal ammunition. It's just, where is their delusion? People are
more liking it. I'd be more impressed if they were like, okay, dude, I have 20 rounds of 22, and we're going to try to do something really cool within 20 rounds. Thumbs up, man. Show me the ingenuity.
Not even 20 rounds is cost efficient for how rare it is to even find it. There's no replacement.
Yeah. I think that's the plan. This is all by design too, and that's why honestly, like the energetics are so important. Like in the direction that we're going, studying them, being able to legally synthesize them and following all federal and state regulations while doing so
Boo.
is important. But, we can always, everything that goes pow pow has been accessible to man. Focus on things that go boom boom.
Why isn't ammunition on the stock market?
What's that?
I'm saying, why isn't ammunition on the stock market? That's a heavily sought and traded commodity right now.
Because they call them freedom tokens for a reason.
Freedom seeds.
Black powder firearms. Oh, that's definitely a good topic.
Sure, let's just turn into freaking European countries, and we can just once a year maybe shoot at a piece of cardboard and have it sit in front of the fireplace the whole time.
Yeah. Now, black powder, that's a great thing to get into because you can make your own primers. You can do make your own black powder. There's a couple of different recipes out there to be able to do it. And then, once you get better at making the powder, you can refine it better and better to be able to get, better results out of it. There's a lot of things out there.
Cookies, dog.
Oh, hell yeah.
About to hit some cookies.
That Toll House. Don't forget to pay that toll.
Shit. I think this chocolate was made in Switzerland, too, and I was looking at the back. I was like, Nestle's owned by Switzerland now? What the fuck?
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm thinking for my loadout, I'm just going to get a whole bunch of packs of Tannerite all around me.
Dude, honestly, this whole loadout thing's fantasy, okay? You want to stay low-key and not look like you just got a shot out of a friggin' cannon.
No, exactly. That's one of the things I try to explain to people. If you go out there and you start LARPing, military LARPing and stuff like that, I don't care if you have live ammo and real plate carriers. All you do is just make more of a target for yourself.
Camouflage exists even if people can look at you.
Yep.
That's why something like this is so important. So this is a Scorpion Tactical concealable plate carrier. It is paper thin.
Nice.
For those of you that have, been following like all the way back to Booger Eater, to Doug's Super Important Messages and all that, this is exactly the same as the Black Hawk. Oh, we just lost Light. He'll be back. This is exactly the same as the Black Hawk one that Dugan rocks, but it's a Scorpion Tactical. This was $35 on eBay, and you can throw either hard armor or soft armor in here, and it is completely concealable. Throw on a jacket, and you're done. I also put on a triple AR mag. Here we go. There we go. He's back. I also threw on a triple magazine carrier for an AR, which it's all hook and loop. You can take that off.
You need to put the light where it's facing the vest instead of on your back because it's just a big black mass. We can't see it.
Oh, okay.
The light's behind you. The light needs to be on the vest facing towards it.
Let's see if...
Basic lighting techniques, man.
Just
Come on.
Turn around and face that light. Point the camera. Yeah, have it in front. There you go. Yeah, okay, now we can see the mag pouches.
Ooh.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and it's super, super... Damn, this camera's all...
I usually wouldn't wear bungee retention in the woods, but if it's concealed, then it's all right.
Yeah. And it's super... So this was $35 on eBay.
And is it made in America? Some guy makes it?
What's that?
Where's it made?
I think it says America.
No shit?
No, a lot of Scorpion Tactical Gear shit is made in America, but this does say made in... Who's Sheena? Sheena? I'm just kidding. It says made in China. Damn, that's sad, but I think their plates are all made in America, though.
I don't know if any of your listeners could do some research and fact check that real quick. We can find out, so that way we have clarity.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, but for $30, fuck it. Everything else in your house is made out of China. Quit tripping, right?
Yeah, I know, right? But it's the alternative is, let me use, because I don't know what else is in here that I don't want to identify myself, but so that's the alternative there. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to put a freaking whatchamacallit, a target on my back. Like, I'm not throwing that and my sack on unless like I absolutely have to. And
How much time have we focused on how we're going to plant and grow a garden or something this year instead of all this gear?
Oh man, that's so my yes, that's what I'm focusing on heavily. And one of the things that we've been discussing is WildCore finally has. Oh, and Picone, you and I were going to discuss this. WildCore finally has been approved as a 501c3 federally.
Nice.
So we're still working on some things like having all of our staff here, which is a long story. But yeah, man. Get dark. Any updates with WildCore? Yeah, we're having a meeting about setting a meeting to have a meeting. It's just kind of ineffective at this point, guys. It's literally we're just waiting on something from Montana, and then we'll be able to start rocking and rolling.
Your dude needs to come here and scout what I have to offer.
Yeah, dude.
Because honestly, I just realized that my gun range that I had set up is right above the well. So I need to move that target so lead and those railroad ties don't bleed off into the water system. So I need to get that moved. All it needs is an electric line hooked up to that well pump. That's it.
Yeah, honestly.
One thing I will say, getting into prepping, a lot of people say they don't have a green thumb. That's why I've mentioned look for heirloom variety plants for your specific area. A lot of them, you just get the seed started, put it in the ground, maybe water it a handful of times, and they typically take root, take hold, and very low maintenance, low effort, but high reward. I have a whole bunch of garlic in the ground right now. I have tomatoes from last year / this winter that wanted to grow funky and grow a little late. But I have the fruit from the tomatoes basically rotting. That's the only way you can start growing your own tomatoes. You have to let the fruit actually rot. And that chemical that is released breaks down that gelatinous substance around the seeds and starts it on the fertilization cycle. So then you can actually start getting those planted. There's a lot of
I've already grown stuff here on this land too. I think if you've grown it before, like if you get one rotation, the soil usually allows other stuff to grow too.
No, if you have land, there's something called hugelkultur, where you basically lay, and you don't do it with pine, you do it with oak or any other wood like that, and then pile on compost and sand on top of it. And hugelkultur basically allows you to be able to grow on this mound, and the log underneath breaks down, releases nutrients, allows for insects, beneficial insects, worms, stuff of that nature, to be able to break it down and re-release. But the log also acts as a water holding source, so it makes it very drought resistant. That's a great one if you have some land. If you're just a small little yard in the city.
If you have soil around your property that you own, you can plant something there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unless you're me and are trying to grow grass in October.
Yeah.
I tried winter wheat. It didn't grow well, and it's because I put the seeds down where it didn't get a lot of sunlight. Like a big dummy.
Like, if you are trying to increase the nitrates in soil and you are, say, stuck in like 100% red clay, could you add ammonium nitrate prills to the soil and just let it like?
Well, what do you think they use for fertilizing for corn and soy here? They drop chicken shit all over the ground.
Yeah, chicken shit's good, but it's pretty hot. You got to let it compost down a little bit. But ammonium nitrate, yes, they use it for commercial ag and even for the fertilizer to be able to grow with. But they also spray that on the ground to be able to make improvised aircraft landing strips. It basically hardens up the soil. What you need to do is called a raised bed garden. If your soil is crap or you really can't grow anything in there, you're not going to take away or break down that clay and make it into something else. You have to get out of the off the ground in a raised bed garden. Very, very simple to make. Just basically 4 posts and board it up and fill it up with soil. I mean, you can go out there and buy a kiddie pool, basically, fill it up with soil. Have some drainage holes in there. But there's a ton of different things. If you can get it off the ground, then you can make your own soil or add whatever you need. And you typically end up reducing pest infestations pretty drastically, because when you get it off the ground, you're less likely to have these wandering predatory insects coming to you. Nothing won't happen, but it's a lot better.
I have all this fertilizer here. I didn't know if this would be, if that would be helpful at all.
I hate that stuff. I would literally go to like Tractor Supply or something like that and get a different source.
Yeah, that's just kind of me being a smartass. I just have a lot of ammonium nitrate for tannerite for reactive targets. But genuinely, like while I was thinking like, damn, like this is what I see in like so many different types of fertilizers. So couldn't I just sprinkle some of that shit? But when it comes into contact with water, it just gets like freezing temperatures.
Yeah. The other thing is stuff of that nature. Whenever it gets wet, all it does is just transpire through the soil, and you can't get it to stay in that same spot. It's just going to wash away of it pretty quickly.
For all the Fed boys, they're targets. Okay, all right. Sorry. Yeah, no, I definitely this spring I'll have a lot more time to be able to tear it up, but right now with my current conditions, it's I don't have the land, so I've been looking at some land a little bit further outside of where I live. I don't want to put too much info out there, but they're broken down into lots, and they're anywhere from 0.75 acres to 1.5 acres, and those are going for 30-40 grand.
That's too expensive for land, man.
Dude, where I'm at, it's literally, it'll dox me, but I'm literally live in the richest county in the country.
Well, you need to go somewhere. If it takes 4 hours to get there, you don't need to be spending a bunch of money on just 1 acre.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be on it every day. So what's a 4-hour drive that you're not going to be on every day? You know? Don't invest in a land that's not. You want the cheapest price per acre, man. If it takes driving 4 hours to find a good deal, do it. You got to scout around, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the raccoons are going live right now. Sounds like they're about to get into a fight.
Dude, I got footage on my camera of me pulling up last night, and this raccoon just goes, just dips out. I'm like, God, that's the one. He's been terrorizing this thing, I swear to God, is like 35, 40 pounds. He's been terrorizing my home, my trash can, put holes inside my trash can.
Oh, I have a crazy little thing that happened. My kids ended up finding it.
You know what you can do to solve that problem with that raccoon is just leave a dish out of cat or dog food for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave a pile of leftovers on a plate for it, man. It won't dig in your trash.
Maybe I could leave out like something that he can like tug away with a party popper with like thumbtacks in it. That way just
Well, usually if he's getting in your trash, it's because your trash ain't sealed up properly.
I literally just, those baby locks where you push the button, they got like the 3M things that you stick on, like command strips on both sides, and it's got like a lock between it. That's been the only thing that's kept him out. But now he's just coming, like snooping around the property, like looking for other shit that he can try to get to.
You gonna kill him or no?
I actually was on the phone with Light one night, and I called him and I was like, bro, he is in a tree right now. My light is on him. My gun is on him. But
hey, I would get a trap, because you could trap animals if you got to eat. So learn to trap with that, and then take it in your car and then drive far as shit and drop it off. You learned how to trap an animal. You didn't kill it, and you can use it again.
Hell yeah. Actually, I'm going to do that.
You go to Tractor Supply and get you a trap.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just do that.
I'll do that.
That's one thing that I found in Florida. You can drive 10 miles away, drop the raccoon off, and that raccoon will find his way back to your area. But
I'm sure he can find a spot. I'm sure he's in the area.
So I ended up, I have a tree rat coming over here attacking my bird feeder at night. I have a bird feeder right outside of my Florida room. The birds come right up, blue jays, woodpeckers, all different types, titmouse, finches. And so I have a couple of traps set up, just irregular snap traps, where his little running path is. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to catch him one day. Well, yesterday, my daughter and my son came over and like, Daddy, there's a birdie. He's right here. And I'm like, okay, I'll go over there. The bird, a finch, got caught by one of my rat traps. I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking horrible.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. What a bummer.
Casualty. And I love my birds, man.
Hey, if you want to get rid of those rats, you got to get you a cat, man. You got to get a cat.
I can't stand the cats. We have a lady.
Well, then deal with the rats.
Houses. No, she's got 10 or 15 cats that she's feeding. Like, they're not even house cats. She's just feeding random cats.
And they're not going after the rats?
No, they stay off my property.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm tired of them attacking my little dog and then spraying everywhere. And, my backyard smells like cat
you don't need 15. You just need one badass one that'll make a meal out of all of them and keep him away, and he's cool, or she's cool.
Oh, yeah, and then allow those 15 cats to come over and try to fight my cat in my backyard at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'm good.
Well, it works in harmony with nature, man. You know what I'm saying? It's non-invasive because it's a natural process.
Yeah, you just got
just like the hog problem in North America right now that we're having. You know what's going to be would be a really good way of solving that problem? Mike shoots the cats. That's why.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I have very fertile ground.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
Anyways, the way I think we could solve that problem is there's 2,000 wild tigers in captivity in America right now. You're going to tell me that if we didn't let those tigers loose, they couldn't solve that wild pig problem quick?
Depending on where they're let loose, I think that would solve a lot of problems.
Bro, I'm telling you, a tiger could live in America quite easily.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
oh, my God. I can just imagine. Dude, and there's more tigers in Texas than anywhere else in the world wild. And here in Florida, obviously, we have the Tiger King, Carol Baskins. But we also have a ton of people that have panthers, Florida Panthers, mountain lions. I mean, you name it. You go to their backyard, big giant cage, and, this cat is in there. And the scariest thing about big cats is they can do everything a house cat can do, but on a larger scale, and you are on their food chain.
Pound for pound, they're more strong than a dog.
Oh, yeah. And, dude, I'll tell you right now, I mean, if we can pull the herd and you can train some of these big cats to go after people with... Okay, they're fighting now. If you can train these cats to go after people with Kool-Aid-style hair, or the people on the bicycles that used to hold up my motorcycle ride on Sunday mornings, ripping around turns, and then all of a sudden there's a dude on a bicycle with spandex right there in front of you, and you're locking up your brakes trying not to low side it. But,
you know why bikers get hit by mountain lions out in California and shit? You know why they get hit by mountain lions?
Why?
It's because they invoke a predatory instinct from the cats because
Oh yeah, fleeing.
yeah, they're running around real fast. They got a fucking head, the kill switch on them, and they're making the tigers think, is this a deer or what? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some videos that are pretty crazy, and that's the thing. Like we're filled with such negativity, like all day, every day. Like for the people that watch mainstream media, there's so much negativity. You know, in your job, there's likely so much negativity. There are literally like 600% more negative words in the English. Oh hell yeah!
Got that. Why be all negative when we got chocolate chip cookies, dog?
Hell yeah!
Still eating it.
Like we even like the way that we say things, like we can phrase things more positively, man. Like I just I don't know. What direction do you think our world is headed in, Picon?
Utmost and total slavery. Yeah, but it's going to be probably not in our lifetime, but we'll see progression of it. I mean, it's there, it's here now, but their master plan, 1984. You know, once all of us are bred out who like guns, it's only a matter of time before people don't care and will sell them for fucking whatever. You know, that's
it's horrible. I've seen these gun buybacks where these people are turning in their grandfather's sidearm from the Civil War or freaking Vietnam, World War I, World War II, and giving it up, and they don't take any historical value to it. They just say, "Oh, I'm getting something that's a problem off the streets." It's so scary.
Oh well, what if we don't get ammo for 10 fucking years? What do you think they'll do? Yeah. What are people going to do with guns if they ain't got ammo in 10 years? What good is this gun? I ain't got no bullets.
Actually, convert it to airsoft.
Right.
Yeah, right. I want to show this. I also want to be careful. I don't want to get our stream cooked, but I have an 1851 Colt Navy revolver. Literally, my great-great-grandfather carried this in the Civil War.
Wow.
And these are the kinds of things that people are... I mean, I would never fire it. I'd be more likely to use it as a hammer than fire it. But I mean, you see people like we were talking about it. We saw people were turning in like P-38s with Eagle stamps and like 1911s that were made by Singer, like historical shit that I just
look at all these surplus SKSs and Mosins. How many people you think they killed?
Right. Yeah. Fun fact: when you're looking at surplus guns, if you're picking up an M1 Garand, like an actual 30-06, stripper clip M1 Garand, look at the stock, and if you look at the stock and the left side has a bunch of dig cuts in it, then that means it was a right-handed shooter. Because what they would do is they'd pull out the stripper clip, they'd whack it on there, and then throw it in, and then rack it. And obviously, if it's on the other side, then they're a left-handed shooter. And every time they would come in, like these stocks would tell stories, man. Like they were totally weathered. They had their girlfriend's name, carved on it. They, it was just nuts, man. Like,
well, it makes sense because I had a Garand. Sometimes I had to tap the rounds. Because when you had it clipped in like they used to wear on their sling where they just fish the rounds through your suspenders and grab it real quick, you can distort your bullets. So you just tap it to make sure they're seated right so you can load it smooth and go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what they would do, and you would see. And I bet, other guns like the SKS probably have the same thing. When I was in the firearms industry, I just saw, more Garands than 30-06.
You know how many are sitting in Korea we could be having right now with ammo and guns?
Bro, I couldn't even start to. I have no idea.
You imagine Americans with dumped surplus of Garands and 30-06 ammo for all of us? How awesome that would be.
That would be Sick.
They're good enough to go in a foreign country and kill people and die with Americans in their hands. Lord forbid we can't send them back to Americans to own again where they were made, right?
Oh, of course not.
It's cheaper to leave it than send it back. But like James Reeves was saying, I just want to find one of these warehouses.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was ammo stored in these warehouses, but now I think there are.
All right, so I threw in here, if y'all have any questions for Picone, throw them in the comments. We're going to have to wrap up soon. We're coming to the 2-hour mark. Picone, anything else you want to address before we wrap up?
Following orders is immoral, and there's no excuses.
Hell yeah.
That's all you got to understand. Is it moral or immoral what you're doing? That's all it is.
We did a podcast with a law enforcement officer, and it's called True Blue. And I think if you listen to it from his perspective, it's like a 29-year-old kid, and it's pretty fucking fascinating, dude. I'll send you the link after we hop off here.
Yeah, Grim was very insightful on a lot of things he's seen and what he will and will not do. And, there's definitely more officers that we need like him.
Well, where are they all arresting these crooked politicians? If they're so for the betterment of our nation, why aren't they fucking going around and arresting these corrupt politicians?
Yeah,
I would love to see that. I mean, all these people are getting off of basically charges of treason, and they're still able to manipulate and screw over the American people, and drive this country even deeper into debt and into the ground and into indentured servitude. I mean, we're already there. It's just they're eventually going to take away the blinders, and you're going to say, "Oh my God, there's chains around my wrist. What the hell happened?" Well, they were always there. You allowed them to put it there. In fact, you said, "Please put it on me." But, this is why we keep on talking about independence and starting, one thing at a time. Start moving forward. You can't do 100 things well. You can do one thing very well. So start with your water. Start playing around, throwing some seeds in the ground. Start experimenting. Failure is not an excuse. It is a way.
Failure is not doing anything. That's what I'd say. Yeah. Like, you're failing if you're not trying.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we all agree. It's just that everyone is on the drip. Everyone is on the tit of money, and we've been programmed and literally built and programmed into this world of needing money, and no one understands that everything that they need is literally like it within the world that we reside in. We've been programmed to, think that we need Amazon Prime and fucking Starbucks rewards and this world of consumerism where even us, we're talking about, gun parts, and like, even though we're like building and shit, like I'm fucking on eBay and shit. I just killed my Amazon Prime subscription like a couple months ago, just because like I just didn't want to feed the beast anymore. Like I think because they're all on the drip, they're not going to jump in and they're not going to do anything. They're all
going to scatter and keep their slave job because all the small businesses closes, and I'm winning because I'm still getting paid. I still got a job.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. They took. Yeah. Lavi Vabai said they took the money. It's simple. It's all of us. Keep that thing out of your mouth. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, I mean, once you take the money, that's it. You're committed. Once all those agencies, cookies are done. Once those agencies, those sheriff's offices, whoever it is, they take the money. That's it. And
if they're so honorable, would they do it for free? Because I know a lot of people that stop bad situations that do it for free all the time.
Yeah. I mean, look at volunteer firefighters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's probably the only honorable profession of order followers I can probably assume that would get a pass to me is volunteer firefighters, but they're not even they're volunteers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, why can't I give my taxes to those guys instead of the fucking school?
Yeah. The school that spends $5 million on plexiglass to keep their kids separated and then not even open for physical school.
Imagine all these volunteer firefighters that would operate that outpost more if they got paid or taken care of a little bit. We need people like that in rural areas.
Yeah, man. I will say out in my area, there's a famous sheriff that, when all this bullshit came in with the Second Amendment in Virginia, and Blackface Northam was trying to pass just a bill that would kill firearm ownership in this state. He stood up and was basically like, fuck you, not in my county. Not one of my officers will enforce this. That's not my county, but it was cool to have a lot of people come together.
Well, seeing cops doing that, even the ones that I'm friends with out here, is that to them it's their town, not the politicians.
Yeah,
and so they don't want that. They don't want. And rural small police towns are a lot different than these big cities. To them they feel like it's their town and their people.
But that's like hyper local to these like small, rural areas where like that's. If that existed in like the big cities or like, and that goes back to like the design of a city, right? Like we all know why that exists, but I know we talk about this for hours. Gentlemen, what do y'all have to hit on before we cut it?
Everybody keep on trying to find your own independence, and every day starts brand new. Every day is given to you specially. So figure it out. Do something. One little small step leads to another one.
Hell yeah. I totally agree. Do everything you can do, each little small change each day to get off the tit, to become more self-sustainable. Getting off water, man, if you can get off municipal water, that shit would be huge. Is a huge start, because all the water that I have stored, like that shit doesn't matter. That's not self-sustaining. That's that prepper mentality. That, we don't want to push water, food, shelter, security, getting off the tit. That's it. Pecan, what do you got, my man?
Cookies are done.
You know what? Okay, so I was about to tell you that we give our guest of honor the the honor to name the podcast in the stream, and I think that would be an excellent title.
I'm down. Shit.
You get to pick it. I don't mean to influence you. I'm sorry.
Hey, man. No, I think cookies are done. That sounds good. I think that works out just fine.
Hell yeah!
Awesome.
All right, and you guys in the comments, you have anything you want to add? We all have some big brass ones for sticking your neck out. You guys rock. I appreciate the hard work that you do. Thank you. We honestly, we're just sharing a message to try to open people's eyes, just like our eyes were opened by others. You know what I mean? This is just us sharing what's been shared with us. Let me see, make sure I'm not overlooking anyone. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, y'all. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you, everyone in the comments. Diaz, Sena, Nico, thanks. Love you, bye-bye. Thank you. And Pecan, man, thank you for coming on, dude. You're the shit. You're welcome on anytime, any day.
Thank you, man.
Just hit me up,
All right,
and I'll show up.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
And when's your channel coming back up? You said May? In May. So everyone, save the date. You know what? We should start a hashtag free Pecan. Hashtag free Pecan. Go get that.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Later.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
Enjoy the cookies.